Hey everyone, so before I get started with this, I just kind of want to preference about myself a little bit about how I am with Call of Duty and how I grew up playing it. I started playing Call of Duty back in 2007 when Modern Warfare 1 came out, way back in the day. I was a 7-year-old kid playing Call of Duty. And with this new Black Ops 6, I just kind of wanted to put my views out there and see if anybody else felt the same way I did. So let's just hop into it. So my pros for this game is the gunplay feels really good. It reminds me of, Cold War, and I enjoyed the gunplay in Cold War. Everything feels weighty. It feels like I'm shooting a gun, and aiming in feels amazing. I think it all plays out very well. But I will say that like some of the maps are kind of shit, honestly. They're good, but some of them, such as like the satellite map, I think is way too open. It wasn't good map design in my opinion. And then the train yard map, I fucking hated that map. That map was so bad. But I don't like how people can get up on the train cars and stuff and just have a perfect line of sight on you. Plus that satellite area, people can get that nasty heady. Yeah, I can't really get to them. And these are just my pros so far. I'll get into my cons and like my more nurture points here in a minute. Then I like the custom HUD. I thought that was a cool idea. It's not uber custom, but it's custom enough to make you feel like you sort of design your own HUD yourself. And I think that was good. And the new movement system, I honestly don't think it's all that special myself. I felt like it felt very much the same as all the other CODs do, since 2019, obviously. Like, I don't think Omni Movement was all that special. I think they kind of overhyped it a lot, as Call of Duty always does with any new system that they introduce. And I felt like the tacticals and everything like that was good, and that kind of ties into the whole, gunplay feels good. My only big gripe is like I feel like the Simtex was a little bit too fast, because it just people kind of throw it, and it just goes off on you before you can even react to it. And like some of my more neutral points are big deals because I know it's COD, and things are gonna not be optimized and whatnot, but I feel like the spawns needed to be fixed because like in this clip right here, you'll see that, I just spawn right behind somebody. Like that shouldn't happen. I should be spawned where my team is, if not somewhere in the middle where it's a more neutral zone. I felt like that SMG was busted that you see right here. This SMG is a meta for the beta. And, I only played like probably 8 games for it, and I knew that that was going to be meta for probably for the start of the season if they don't go ahead and patch it already. And then, the TTK felt a little bit too fast to me. Like, they introduced a new movement system, but they don't give you enough time to respond with the new movement system. That's just, that's just COD for you. Like, they always, like, anytime the betas come out, like, the TTK is always too fast, and I feel like that needs some modification. And like I already said before, the movement's very, very neutral. Like, it's nothing special. Like, honestly, it doesn't feel all that different. You can do some like cool action hero stuff. Like it feels more arcadey than it used to. I like that. I like that they're finally embracing the arcadiness of Call of Duty because that's what it's always been. And then like one more COD points, it really feels like Cold War with new movement. Like that's all it is. It's just a reskin to me of Cold War. And I know everybody has their own opinions and stuff, and everybody thinks that it's new and innovative or whatever. But honestly, it feels like the same old game. Like I wouldn't pay the $70 for it. I'm probably just gonna play it on Game Pass and only play it when I want to level up a gun for Warzone. Because I've been playing Call of Duty all my life, so I'm not gonna stop playing just because a new COD comes out. It's just like the other ones. Like you can only be so innovative with games and stuff until it gets to a point of where you're gonna keep repeating the same old things. Because anytime they've tried to like introduce new systems, like I take Black Ops 4 for example, like that was very innovative with like the health system and all that. Like, I thought that was great, and everybody hated on it because they just weren't used to it, and it was something new. And that's just kind of how game development is as a whole. Like I've designed my own games for like a boomer shooter with like slide canceling mechanics like Call of Duty, and you can only do so much. Yeah, like I've already said, it feels like every COD since 2019, like the movement's nothing special. Slide canceling, that was very innovative for them, like a fast movement system that made it feel more arcadey. Like I said already, I think it fits the game and it works well, but I just hate how much they overhyped Omni Movement, honestly, and that's to be expected, like I said. I hate the attachments. Like, I don't think it should be any more than 5 attachments on a gun. Honestly, I think 5's too much. I think it should maybe be 3, but that's just my own personal opinion. I know some people really enjoy it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it should have a lot of downsides, if anything. If you're gonna have 8 attachments, like, you shouldn't be allowed to have perks and stuff for that, just because it would make it more fair, because you get all that control and stuff, and it just doesn't make sense to, you know, have 8 attachments on one gun. I get that it's more realistic and you can have a bunch of attachments on guns in real life, but for this, it's all about balancing and stuff. It's not so much about, you know, making everything as realistic as possible, because like I said, it's an arcade shooter. It's not to be taken seriously. And you know, some maps feel like shit, honestly. Like, some of them are just garbage. Like I said, those 2 maps that I mentioned, crap. And that's only, I think it was 8 out of the 16 maps that we're gonna have, so I can only imagine how many more we're gonna have that are not, you know, gonna be fun to play. And I'm a small map player. Like, I'm a shipment guy, so that's what I play. But like, my opinions on map probably aren't, you know, the greatest or anything like that, but that's just my own personal preference. Like, I like my maps to be small, everything to be simple. But I think SBM is a little bit too hard, and I've always thought this about COD. Like, I hate playing against really super sweaty players, and, you know, I guess I'm a sweaty player compared to other people, but like, I don't like getting in the lobbies with like top 250 players and stuff on my first game ever. Like you see here, like, little 3-piece, you know, nothing special, but it's just like, it's annoying having to play with like super high skill players all the time. But I guess it is what it is when, you know, you've been playing since 2007, like I said. But I think it should go a little bit easier, in my opinion. It's not so like, you have to be placed with all these people because you're this good and you have this high of a KD and stuff. And I feel like the development didn't feel like 4 years. It felt like they took the same amount of time as they always do for a COD game. Like, it was absolutely nothing special. It was, you know, just the same game every time, new guns. But I mean, I will say, like, the recoil and shit felt good for this game. Like, that was, the gunplay feels really good, and that's my big thing with COD, is as long as the gunplay feels good, the game feels smooth. I will say that the optimization for this game sucks. Like, to be 100% honest with you, optimization sucks. The fact that I can only get like 100 to a 90 ping, granted, you know, I'm streaming, playing at 1440p and stuff. I should be getting better with a 3080 Ti, in my opinion. But, you know, it's COD, that's how they are, and this is just a beta. But I probably run the same past the beta, because that's usually how it goes. That's really all my points that I have for the game, honestly. If you want to, just comment down below. Let me know what you think. If I missed anything, let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.